Hello, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to be talking to you about spiritual awakenings not being fun. I might be moving around during this video. I might be walking around. You'll notice there's a branch in my hair, a branch from the sea. I originally put it in my crown to have me feeling more connected to the ocean, and I tried to remove it and it started pulling hair out, and I'm like, you know what, let me just keep it in there. You can actually connect the herbs by putting them near your crown chakra, so it's not for nothing. It also looks kind of different too. I don't know. It might be a style in the future, you never know. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about spiritual awakening is not fun. It can be, and there's nice parts to it, but a lot of it is you realizing you're alone. And not in the sense that you're alone as in lonely. I teach self-love and I teach nourishing yourself. I actually am a very harsh teacher when it comes to relationships, because if I find that I know someone's hurting you, I'm going to tell you to cut them off. You're not going to heal a whole other person's life when your life needs healing first. So when you ask Stone Man for relationship advice, it's most likely if that person's harming you, snip, snip, snip. You're not fixing them. You're not changing them. You're not repairing them. Don't try it. You'll waste about 20 years of your life and you'll regret it. All right, now we're on to that. So let me talk about something that's not too popular. For the people. Oh, there we go. There's the fiery Stone Man. There's the Aries coming out. But for the people who think spiritual awakening is fun and flowers and happy, it's not. You can actually tell people are faking spirituality or using it as a trend, like, I'm awakening. If you've been awakening for 10 years straight, but you're going back to sleep, there's a problem. You're not doing anything. You're playing games. Oh, ouch. I might be hitting nerves with some people. Good, because I'm supposed to wake people up. I'm not supposed to help them go back to sleep. I'm not supposed to, when that alarm clock goes off and there's environmental, your entire environment's changing around you. Circumstances are changing, but you're not changing. That's a problem. Spiritual awakening is about being adaptive. Everyone's spiritual awakening is different. That's one thing they don't talk about that either. They go like, oh, everyone's spiritual awakening. Oh, you'll have this symptom and this symptom. There's one big symptom. That's the common one that I taught about in previous videos. The biggest symptom is that you feel different or alien-like or strange, and that's the biggest problem with being the only one being awake. Imagine you are in a room with 100 people who have headsets on, and the headsets are causing damage, but all these people, the headsets put them to sleep. What happened to this? But the headset is causing people damage, and you're the only one who was able to get the headset off, and you're like, wait a second, what happened? That thing was hurting me. It was blocking my perception. It was putting me to sleep, not allowing me to experience the world. And you're looking around you, and there's about, let's just say a few hundred people in this room, and about 10 of them are your family. Now, you have the option to try to wake people up. Now, you take off your headphones, or let's just call it, the headphones are blocking out light as well, because that's a good analogy too. And guess what? You're the only one awake, and now you have a responsibility. You can get up and leave and be completely alone, or you can try to wake people up as well, like, hey, can you wake up please? And for people who are empaths, you're going to try to wake other people up. You're like, hey, I see you're sleeping and you're getting caused pain in your sleep. Can I please help you wake up, please? You're going to wake a few people up, essentially. But the majority of it is you're trying to wake other people up. What? Think about it. I would like you guys to name one deep sleeper that you know. One. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be someone you dated, etc. Do deep sleepers like to be woken up? No, they don't like it. They'll fight you. They will wake up and they'll do things when they wake up, and they'll fight you and go back to sleep and not remember doing it. What does that sound like to you? Think about it, like, Ponder the situation, like, what is this? That's what spiritual awakening is. You're going to get fought when you try to help other people. You're going to get fought for just being awake. What happens when a person in the room who put everyone to sleep, the enemy basically, finds out that you've woken up, can you guess? They're going to try to put you to sleep too, and if you don't fall asleep, there's going to be a problem. So you have to fight the enemy, and you have to fight the people you're trying to help, and you have to fight, and the fight doesn't stop. A large symptom of spiritual awakening is you're not fighting. For the spiritual warriors that I choose, because for the people I do help, the people I do arm, I'll choose to help certain people because I see potential in them and I see warriors in them. For people that are spiritually awoken, they're going to want to help other people, but you have to be someone who fights for other people. If you are someone who does not fight for what you stand up for, it's going to be taken away from you. So that's the fighting aspect of why spiritual awakening is not fun. You have to fight, and it's not fun. You'll get used to fighting, and you'll have help from, most importantly, God. Light against dark, light always wins. When it seems like the dark is about to win, the light comes through. It's kind of like the superhero movies. You ever seen a superhero movie? The superhero looks like they're about to lose, and then the eagles are coming, and then everyone's saved. That's how real life is like too. Not always, not until the end times, but a lot of the cases, yeah. Sometimes people will die fighting, like actually die, like people will stand up for a cause, and they're spiritual leaders who get taken down. However, that's more deep, but I'm talking about the general level of spiritually awakening. The thing about a spiritual awakening is you're different. Now you're an alien. Now, because you like gemstones, you like herbs, you like roots and different things and helping people, you can't help anyone who doesn't want to be helped. You can lead a horse to water, and I've taught this in my past video. The second you try to make a horse drink water, they're going to kick you. If you've ever even felt the hoof of a horse, the hoof, it hurts. And the same thing it's gonna hurt you. You're going to exhaust your energy, you're going to waste your time, and you're gonna feel guilt or shame because you tried to help someone who didn't want to receive help when you should have withdrawn your energy. I have people asking me, Stone Man, what can I do? What can I do to help this person who doesn't want to be helped? At that point, it's a situation you have no control over, no power. You give it straight to God because He'll take care of the rest. If you've done every possible thing you could ever do, you're done. Now you give it to God. If you keep trying to have control over something that you have no control over, God's going to let you. He's going to let you be like, okay, the shadow? I don't know what that is. I've been picking up things on the beach, so sometimes things fall on me. The message is, you trying to wake other people up is going to make them angry. You being the only spiritually awoken one, you're going to be targeted by the enemy, especially when you have, I've taught this before too, when you have the biggest blessings ever coming towards you, you'll notice the craziest stuff happens. The bigger the blessing that's coming to you, the more the fight, the more the chaos, the more of just arguments and people disagreeing and just madness before your blessing actually comes. And what that is, it's the same test every single time. If you're someone who recognizes tests as they come to you, you're used to it. But if you're caught off guard even a little bit, then it's going to have some weight. So usually before your biggest blessing, your biggest blessing, you'll have family problems, sometimes a false financial problem, like basically something pops up but it's easily taken care of. After that, you'll notice, let's just say people stop talking to you, friends stop talking to you, etc. So certain things will happen, and it seems like life is getting tough when it's just cycles. Life is all cycles. For people who professionally gamble, which that's a thing, they understand it's cycles. When they lose, they withdraw their energy. They don't keep playing to see during the time that they're losing. They withdraw their energy, they build their energy back up, and then they play again once they realize, hey, okay, the Wheel of Fortune is now back to upright. Let's just say that. So even that. So, because some people will see when they're losing or when things are not going well, instead of reserving their energy, instead of putting up their shield, they'll exhaust themselves, and when their blessings do come around, they can't claim them because they're exhausted. So being a spiritual warrior, being someone who is spiritually awakening, you have to get used to following cycles. You have to identify cycles, and then you have to know how to break them and make them in your favor. So if you notice, let's just say, and this is the biggest case of most of you, especially when it comes to astrology. The sun's going down, it's very beautiful. I'm going to show you guys. Especially with astrology, look at that, the peak of the sunset. I was looking at the sun as I make this video, sun gazing a little bit, but the thing is, everything cycles. So if you notice, and I talked about this before, this is another example. So if you've had a really good day, and document this. So make a journal, say, okay, I have a really good day this day of the week, I have a really good day this day of the week, I have a really good day this day of the week, this day is not good, and then you'll notice a pattern. You'll notice a pattern. And then once you identify that pattern, you can break it. Once you're following the pattern that you're used to following, like, oh, it seems like Mondays I get more stressed out than Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and then Sunday I feel very rested, and then, oh, wow, you just identified a pattern. So what are you gonna do now that you know that Mondays are not your best days? You're gonna change something. So that's another thing about being spiritually awoken. That's another thing about spiritually waking up. You're responsible for identifying cycles, or you're going to repeat them. And you're depending on if you allow yourself to be, you are fully responsible for those you would like to help as well. And why do I say fully responsible? You're not really fully responsible, but if you have invested your energy into helping someone who has potential to grow, and you withdraw your energy for no reason, or because you're exhausted, or if you're exhausted, then you shouldn't be helping them in the first place, but you should be reserving your energy if you're exhausted. The thing is, you're responsible. So there's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of just realizing a whole bunch of stuff when other people are fully asleep. If you like crystals, you're going to... The most beautiful of crystals, I can say that right now. Some people will think crystals are demonic. It's because they have demons on them that they haven't faced, and it slapped the demon in the face. It insulted the demon. It's like, oh, this one keeps away negative energy. There's no such thing as negative energy. And the same people will be like, and this is why the enemy has infiltrated religion. So the Bible's a beautiful thing, but people will use it to hit other people. And people who Bible bash, I have figured out, they don't read a single page of the Bible. They'll go on an Instagram post and share one line out of an entire story in the Bible. Think about that. If someone hits you with a Bible verse, go take the Bible verse and look at the entire context, because it's not bashful. The Bible is full of messages of love and unity and moving closer to God and empowering yourself. But people want to put other people down, and that's another thing you'll face when it comes to spiritually awakened. You want to work with crystals that God has given us. People say, oh, crystals are evil. Well, who made them? Oh, when it talks about crystals being in heaven, crystals being in the Garden of Eden, crystals being on Moses' brother Aaron, a high priest. Oh, I didn't know that because you didn't open it. But you're going to encounter a lot of really ignorant people upon your spiritual awakening. And like I said, you're going to have to identify cycles. So let's just say you've been bumping into a bunch of people who have basically brainless people. And yeah, brainless people. Some people are just flat out brainless. They don't have brains in their head because they choose not to have a brain because they think ignorance is bliss. Some people, they realize if they stay in a dark room, it's not scary because they don't have to turn the lights on to face on whatever's in the room. So that's a choice as well sometimes. So you have to distance yourself from certain people. You have to come up with certain mechanisms, spiritual defenses, which are with crystals, with patterns, with behaviors. And then you have to defeat things that are not best serving you. So let's just say, when you talk about crystals to people, and the people are, let's just say, you're talking about crystals with people in the gym, for example, which does happen. Some of them are like, oh, well, energy is real. And people do say that. Oh, well, I guess energy is a thing. Guess what you do? You don't talk to those kind of people again. Or when you talk to them, don't tell them anything. Zip your lips. Getting used to surrounding yourself with people you want to be surrounding yourself with. This is a very, very interesting and beautiful topic. and not a very fun one, but there's a lot of rewards to being spiritually awoken, or when you open your spirituality. It's not easy, and that's one symptom that you know you're doing it correctly. It feels like you're getting, because you're not going to have resistance, but you will have challenges. So you'll notice the road in front of you gets paved, but sometimes you have to wait, and sometimes when you're walking that road, you have to get better shoes for the road. You have to get better equipment for the road. You have to get better supplies for the road, because the road gets longer, but the road gets more beautiful as you walk down the road. That's spirituality. So all these people are not even on the road, they're off the road. You're the only one, you're the only one on the road, and it's kind of lonely because you're walking the road alone. That's the biggest thing with spiritual awakening as well, is feeling like you're lonely. It's because you're the only one awake. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.